And yes, a 2-play sequence that Commanders fans will be remembering in January if they do not make the playoffs.
Here's the snap. Dallas just brings 3. He's able to step up. Lobs one over to Terry McLaurin, who's open. 45-50, 45-40. Turns on the Jets. He's gone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Washington. They've done it again. Another miracle in Landover.
Oh, I didn't know that
Do
one.
you believe in miracles?
Oh,
no.
Oh,
no.
my. Shane Daniels does it again.
Oh.
Wow! Unbelievable! 86-yard touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin! Oh! Wow! I don't know what he's announcing, and I don't care. There's 21 seconds left. We got an extra point. The game is not tied. Austin Seibert has to make this. He's already missed an extra point.
Moments before disaster.
Oh, foreshadowing.
It's berserk. Snap. Low. Trustway gets it down.
No.
Seibert's kick. Bad freaking snap. Bad snap. A bad snap. They got the hold down. It's Seibert. Missed it left.
Oh, Bram Weinstein. Man. WBIG. London Fletcher. The ups, the downs. Listening to the excitement. Yes, when Terry McLaurin catches an 86-yard touchdown pass on a 1-play drive with under 30 seconds to go in the game. It was like listening to a horror movie where you know the monster or the killer's right around the corner. And yes, it was that bad snap and bad kick by Austin Seibert. We missed a few kicks on this day, so maybe it wasn't just the bad snap. Giving me memories of John Carney. Do you know what game I'm referring to here? Back in, who knows, the early 2000s when the Saints had the River City Relay, whatever it was, the crazy game against the Panthers where they got the touchdown at the end of the game, one of the best finishes in NFL history. But then John Carney missed the extra point. That's what it reminded me of.
Eerily similar. And perhaps, I think Devery Henderson kind of fades into existence. Terry McLaurin will be remembered a lot better than in this play, where this moment is going to stand for a very, very long time as the kicker missed the extra point after an incredible touchdown that would have tied the game, where this was a game in the first half where the Commanders could really do nothing, and it's shades of late season Cliff that we'll have to discuss in the coming weeks.
Okay.
And try to figure things out. I've been trying to mine resources to get theories on what's wrong with the Commanders' offense in every offense that Cliff Kingsbury calls late in seasons, but they were disjointed early. The Cowboys get Deron Bland back, and he's over there on that side of the field. Actually, Terry McLaurin scores that touchdown on the right side, something that he's done a couple times this season in very limited opportunities going from the right. But there's a Bobby Wagner strip sack. This starts with a Quan Martin block kicked as well, and we're celebrating Commanders special teams like, oh, they can do no wrong before the game absolutely falls apart, including that they score a touchdown with Zach Ertz. Then Jaden Daniels runs in the 2-point conversion, and it's 20-17, and you're thinking, oh, things great, but they have to kick to the best kick returner in the NFL, and hilarity ensues.
Yeah, so to back it up, before that Kevontae Turpin kickoff return that you're referring to, it's 10-9 in the fourth quarter, which is funny.
Yeah.
It's that touchdown that Schoonmaker scores to go up 20-9 is only with 5 minutes left in the game.
Blown
Like
coverage, too.
At that point, like nothing's happening. After that, you mentioned the Ertz and the 2-point conversion. That's with 3 minutes left in the game. The response there is the Turpin 99-yard kickoff return, which to me was one of the best plays of the entire season, because that spin move that he put on the Commanders after initially fumbling the ball and it got by him was just unreal athleticism, just an electric play. And I'm like, that's the highlight. That's one of the best plays of the NFL season. But we were just getting started at this point. Seibert hits a 51-yard field goal on a 1-minute drive to respond. They stop the Cowboys. And I didn't mind the Cowboys' strategy there after they didn't get the onside kick, because they were going to pin Washington deep. They got it down to about 21 seconds left, and Washington has to go the entire length of the field. I don't mind them being conservative there. That's when they hit the McLaurin. And then, yes, just for a little fun on top, we actually got a second kickoff return touchdown in the final 3 minutes by a man named Wanye Thomas.
Here we go. Onside kick. Recovering, you win. Seibert booms it to the left. It is covered, and Thomas running it back. Wanye Thomas with the Cowboys' second kickoff return for a touchdown in the game. This game is drugged.
That was our friend Brad Sham. Have not heard enough from Brad Sham this season from KRLD. And yeah, I know the game was probably over at that point, but Nick, when you have a play that stupid to end one of the craziest finishing sequence in NFL history, really, the last 3 minutes of this game, you just got to play it on the show.
It was just a drunk Sunday for all football teams, but especially this game. Also, kick return touchdowns are not all created equally. As you can see right there, as he returns an onside kick for a touchdown. And the whole time he's going to the end zone, I'm shouting at the screen, "Get down! Don't score! Don't score!" He scored anyway. It didn't matter.
Right. It's believed to be the first time 2 kickoff returns in the fourth quarter in NFL history. I think the first games in 30-something years to even have 2 kickoff returns in the same game. It's nuts.
The camera pans over after Wanye Thomas is celebrating in the end zone to Mike McCarthy, and he's got his arms out like, why did you score that touchdown? Because Jaden Daniels comes in. He already has one Hail Mary.
That's true.
On his ledger in 2024.
That's true.
And it comes close. The ball gets picked off late, but anything you can do to win the game.
Have fun. I think it was worth it just for the Sham God's call. And Mike McCarthy, if you want to be critical, you've really coached up your player to slide at the 1 in that situation? I doubt it. I mean, he's never had the ball in his life. You want to criticize McCarthy? Go for 2 there to try to finish the game. That was actually the move, and he didn't. He chickened out, but that's fine. This was the first game also in NFL history to have 2. I mean, this is a weird collection of plays, but 2 missed extra points, 2 kickoff return touchdowns, and a block punt. That is no surprise. I do have a takeaway just on the Washington side that, I kind of was penciling in a second wild card out of this division, and now they're 7-5. They're on a skid. The offense, as Patrick mentioned, was in Kingsbury shutdown mode in the second half of the season for most of this game. Now you start to think could 2 NFC West teams get in? Could a second place team in the NFC West get in? Could the Bucs get in as a wild card if the Falcons actually win some games? I think it's going to have a lot of repercussions, Nick, because I just was penciling this one in and some of these Washington games in as a win, and they might not be mature enough right now to beat the bad teams on their schedule.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned about when they had this great start to, early in the season was, wow, they're way overachieving right now, and Cliff Kingsbury's offense is rolling, but we know what happens to a Cliff Kingsbury offense once it basically daylight savings arrives and we get to fall backward. His offense falls backward as well, and they blow a tire like the Cardinals have. I mean, granted, he put 26 points on the board, but like you said, it was 10-9 in the fourth quarter.
Any concerns about Daniels, Patrick? Sorry, Nick.
No, I don't have them based necessarily on this game. I mean, we have a whole lot of late season Cliff Kingsbury, and again, the discussion is whether or not it's in-game adjustments, whether or not it's adjustments over the course of the season, with the similarities being so particular and teams having time to figure out exactly how this set of players is operating under Cliff. But I mean, we saw more running from Jaden Daniels in this game, including a lot of third down scrambles, but it was just, there were so many opportunities where guys are running into coverage. It seems like Dallas was exceedingly prepared for the particular play structure, and Jaden's always having to throw guys into traffic. Nobody's getting wide open, where earlier in the season, that was not the case.
That is a concern. And yeah, I know people are concerned about Daniels. Is he playing through the rib injury? I think that's hard. Let's just leave that alone, because when he's making these great plays, and he had a couple great games actually after that injury initially, maybe it is affecting him, but it's great that he ran for 74 yards. That throw to McLaurin was awesome. So he's doing a lot of good things. Let's listen quickly to Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy before we go on to the next game.
What I told the team after the game was that this is the most challenged we've been in our time together. And I reminded them it's not enough to learn the lessons, but we have to apply them.
And it was just a game since situational extravaganza. I mean, it's just it's like Yahtzee. Everything was in there.
If you get McCarthy saying extravaganza and Yahtzee in a 10-second sound clip, I want to put it in the show. Great job there behind the scenes. So I've got a theme at the top of this show.
Okay.
And the theme is we're here in week 12. We had some teams that we think for most of this season are pretty solid playoff teams. But as we're kind of hitting Thanksgiving, there's some real concern about how they are going to make it to the finish line.